Imagine stepping into a new workplace, a social group, or even a family gathering. You cross the threshold, and in that instant, you sense the invisible current that runs through the room. The social weather that decides who will be heard, who will be glanced over, who will be treated with deference, and who will have to fight for every scrap of dignity. The compass of respect. How to command honor, naturally or forcefully. It's one of the central dramas of human life. Respect, being valued, heard, and acknowledged, is never guaranteed. Some people command reverence as if it were part of their shadow. Others struggle, constantly grappling with being overlooked, interrupted, or even openly disrespected. So we ask, is there a way to get respect everywhere? Must your approach always be gentle and natural, or, when pushed, can you seize respect with force? Come with me. We'll take a deep walk through the psychology of respect. We'll uncover proven strategies for winning genuine regard. Look at when and how respect can be forced, and learn why only one path builds honor that endures. Respect is a fundamental human need. It means being seen as worthy, not just for what you do, but for who you are. Your character, your presence, your consistency. Psychologists often frame respect as twofold. Interpersonal respect, how others treat you, the dignity they afford you. Self-respect, the value you place on yourself. Without respect, relationships decay, organizations fail, and self-esteem crumbles. But remember this, respect cannot simply be demanded. It is both given and received. A kind of social currency built on values, boundaries, and visibility. The psychology of respect. Why respect is essential. Research shows that respect impacts mental health. It boosts self-esteem and decreases anxiety. Success, people perceived as respectable, tend to move faster in careers and social hierarchies. Relationships, bonds built on mutual respect, outlast those based on convenience or utility. Humans are acutely sensitive to how others perceive them. The theory of social status explains why even small acts of disrespect can trigger deep pain or rage. Because status and regard affect belonging and survival in social systems. The natural path of earning respect. Natural respect flows from authenticity, being real, self-assured, and consistent. Competence, mastery in your craft, reliability, and performance. Boundaries, showing what you will and won't tolerate. Empathy, honoring others' dignity, not just your own. This is respect earned, not demanded, a bond stronger than fear or force. The artificial path, forcing respect. Can you force respect? Yes, but at a price. Dominance, using power, status, or intimidation. Fear, inspiring compliance through consequences. Control, dictating choices, restricting freedom. These tactics can make others outwardly defer, but they breed resentment, rebellion, and hollow obedience. Forced respect is real, but brittle, like glass, easy to shatter when pressure shifts. The science. Natural respect versus forced obedience. Organizational psychology makes this plain. Leaders who win respect through character and competence inspire loyalty, creativity, and collaboration. Leaders who lead with force, threats, or manipulation face higher rates of defection, sabotage, and disengagement. Why? Because natural respect activates internal motivation. People follow because they want to. Forced respect activates only compliance. People follow because they must, and often only as long as punishment or power holds. Earning respect everywhere. The natural way. Here are exact steps and psychological principles that make people respect you naturally wherever you go. 1. Cultivate self-respect first. People mirror what you project. If you see yourself as worthy, you set the standard. Maintain boundaries. Say no when necessary. Don't apologize for wanting dignity. Act with integrity. Let your words and actions align. Do what's right, even when no one is watching. Own your strengths. Recognize your skill and value. Don't hide or shrink. Self-respect is magnetic. Others attune to your self-assurance and raise their respect in return. 2. Authentic confidence. Authenticity, being truly yourself without apology or pretense, is a universal respect trigger. Express opinions honestly. Avoid wishy-washiness. Share your story, including vulnerabilities and failures. Be decisive. People admire those unafraid to make choices. Such confidence is contagious. Those who own their space signal they are worthy of the same honor they show themselves. When you walk into a room believing you belong, the world rearranges itself to confirm your belief. 3. Consistent accountability. People respect reliability. Show up on time. Finish what you commit to. Take responsibility for mistakes. Don't deflect blame. Honor promises even when inconvenient. Accountability makes you trustworthy, and trust is the root of respect. 4. Demonstrate competence and value. You don't need to be flawless, but skill and mastery provoke genuine admiration. Continually upgrade your skills. Be the person who knows more or does better. Share your knowledge generously, helping others without condescension. Be the go-to person in your sphere, someone others rely on. When people depend on you and see your excellence, respect follows naturally. 5. Practice empathetic communication. Respect is a two-way street. The most respected people are those who respect others. Listen without interruption. Validate concerns. Treat janitors and CEOs the same. Use assertive, clear language. Avoid sarcasm, sneering, or passive aggression. Demonstrating other respect signals maturity and sophistication. It disarms critics and makes allies. 6. Set and enforce boundaries. Psychological research confirms that boundary setting is the strongest natural respect engine. Say no without guilt. Correct disrespect calmly but firmly. I don't tolerate being spoken to that way. Leave spaces where dignity is denied. Boundaries are self-respect in action. They invite others to step up or step aside. Navigating disrespect and hostility. No matter how strong you are, some will challenge your dignity. Here's how to respond without losing self-respect or slipping into rage. 1. Respond calmly and firmly. Pause before reacting. Breathe, then address the behavior. That's not an acceptable way to speak to me. Avoid escalating, never mirror rudeness or aggression. Composure under fire commands more respect than outbursts ever will. 2. Use strategic silence. If you're repeatedly disrespected, sometimes the best action is no action. Withdraw attention and energy from those who undermine you. Do not overshare, seek approval, or chase acceptance. Focus on affirming relationships. Strategic silence can make your value visible. Absence often reminds people what they're missing. 3. Escalate when necessary. If natural tactics fail, escalation becomes necessary. In professional settings, document incidents. Raise issues through appropriate channels. In friendships or family, state plainly, I expect respect in this relationship. It's non-negotiable. Be prepared to exit toxic spaces if boundaries are repeatedly violated. Tactical methods. How to force respect when you must. Sometimes you find yourself in hostile environments where natural respect is impossible. Psychology and practical experience show a few tactics that can assert respect quickly, but each comes with cost. 1. Assert power structures. Those in leadership or authority may need to enforce respect for the sake of order and safety. Use clear hierarchy. Communicate rules, expectations, and consequences. Employ discipline fairly and consistently. Avoid favoritism or unpredictability. Set visible standards. Dress, communication, workspace can signal strength, but push too hard, and people will comply outwardly while undermining you in secret. 2. Use the element of surprise. In hostile social dynamics, commanding respect sometimes means stepping up decisively. Interrupt disrespect publicly to show you won't tolerate it. Take charge in chaotic situations. Organize, lead, set order. Challenge bullies with facts, strength, or alliances. Many aggressive people back down when confronted directly. Still, forced respect often breeds resistance over time. 3. Employ consequences and boundaries. If gentle methods fail, enforce boundaries with action. Remove privileges or access. Impose penalties in work or contract settings. Withdraw resources or collaboration. Just as law and order preserve respect where mutual dignity breaks down, consequences can restore boundaries. But might makes right is a failing long-term strategy. A key lesson: respect gained through power, threat, or coercion is shallow. It builds compliance, not loyalty. It breeds resentment, stress, and hidden rebellion. It erodes self-esteem for you and those you dominate. Organizations led by fear collapse. Relationships built on intimidation breed isolation. Forced respect achieves silence, but never real honor. Respect in diverse environments. Different social spaces require adapted tactics. Here's how to apply the principles across common settings. Workplace: seek out mentors. Align with respected leaders. Avoid gossip, negativity, or passive-aggressive games. Show initiative. Offer solutions, not just complaints. Family: honor elders. Show patience even in disagreement. Set boundaries with clarity, not anger. Maintain rituals and traditions. Shared experiences build mutual respect naturally. Social strangers: be courteous, present, and attentive. First impressions stick. Don't overshare or seek validation too quickly. Practice nonverbal cues. Confident posture, steady eye contact, measured speech. Say these to yourself until they become reflex. I refuse to shrink or be less. My boundaries are not a threat, but an invitation for real respect. If respect must be fought for, I will fight with dignity, never rage. Forced respect feels empty. I aim for honor built through action, not fear. I am enough, and my presence changes rooms, not by power, but by authenticity. If you must command respect by force, it will last only as long as your power. If you cultivate respect through character, it will endure beyond your presence. Every person sets their own value. The world takes its cue from your self-respect. We teach others how to treat us by our words, actions, and the boundaries we keep. Become a magnet for respect. For 1 month, track your interactions and actively practice these principles. 1. Self-assessment. How do you speak about yourself? Do you apologize for your existence? 2. Boundary building. List situations where your dignity was denied. How can you respond next time? 3. Respect audit. Who in your life commands respect naturally? What can you learn from them? 4. Strategic escalation. In toxic spaces, how can you communicate boundaries without anger? 5. Daily ritual. Repeat the affirmation, I am worthy of respect, and I act as if this is true. 6. Journal progress. Note changes in how others perceive and treat you. Track reactions, refine your responses, and notice which tactics bring lasting shifts. Getting respect everywhere is possible, but it begins with self-respect and the courage to honor your value consistently. Natural respect is an energy you radiate. It is not a prize you seize. Forced respect may keep people in line for a time, but it collapses once the power shifts. The strongest respect is earned through integrity, assertiveness, skill, and compassionate boundaries. Walk into every room with your head high, your voice clear, and your sense of worth unshakable. Teach others by example how you deserve to be treated. Honor those who honor you. Withdraw from those who refuse, and never trade your dignity for approval. Remember, every time you stand tall, set a boundary, or remain steadfast in your values, You reinforce your presence as someone worthy of respect everywhere you go. Let your life become the testimony that respect is not given nor stolen, but claimed by those who understand and express their worth. Step forward with strength and humility. In every environment, teach the world to see the value that begins within you. That is the path to universal, not temporary, respect.